What's shaking, Chewy Nation? Welcome back to another Madden video. Madden 22 is here. It's available for everyone, I think. I think everybody. I don't know about in Europe and that, but if it is, hopefully it is. EA Play is available if you have that for $4.99 a month, or I think it's like $30 a year. You're able to download a trial to have the game for 10 hours. In this video, I'm going to talk about that 10 hours, actually. I'm going to talk about maybe there's a way to get around that, or maybe not around it, but some ways to maybe get a little bit more time. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what the video is titled. I'm going to talk what you do when you first log in, what to expect, that sort of stuff. And I'm going to leave timestamps for everything down below so you can find it if you're looking for something specifically, or if you just want to kind of hover over and see what I talk about. That works too. Also in the description, you can see those timestamps. Okay, so let's first talk about EA Play. EA Play, $4.99 a month. You can go ahead and get that, and if you have it, you don't even have to pre-order the game or own it. You don't need the game. You can still get 10 hours of access on Madden. So, 10 hours. In the past, you've been able to get a second account, load in, switch accounts, and get back to your main, and you could do that multiple times. As long as you have EA Play on another account, you could, or EA Access, I guess, back then, you go ahead and switch over, or you could even play on a second account, but you probably want to play on your main, and then you keep doing that. I've heard maybe that's not going to be possible this year. I don't know, just from people on Twitter, that they're unable to, or they've tried and it hasn't worked. We'll see if that does work. Plenty of people will make videos about that. I don't need to do it. I kind of explained how it works anyway, if it does indeed work. But definitely check out Twitter or YouTube, other content creators. I won't be making a video specifically on that if it does end up working. Now, so if that works, that's something. But if it doesn't work, or even if it does work, this is also interesting. If you start on next gen, from what we're seeing, you get 10 hours. And if you switch over to current gen, you get another 10 hours, which is kind of interesting. Probably not by design, but you can actually get a total of about 20 hours. I don't know if you want to let your time completely run out. I don't know if that matters. It might matter, so you might want to wait. But if you switch to current gen, you actually can get close to 20 hours. From what I'm seeing, Joker Kale mentioned that on Twitter. He's the first I saw about it. I don't know who actually was the first one, if it was him or what. I don't know who to give credit to, but that's what I've seen. So something there, if you are about out of hours, maybe try switching to current gen and see if it works for you. It might. I mean, I'll try it since I only have 10 hours. I don't have the full game. Obviously, if you have the full game, if you're able to find a plug, get the full game somehow, props to you. I don't have full game. I'm on a trial as well. I can probably even show that if I go to my, does it show it here? Oh, that says Madden NFL 22. Where it is? Madden NFL 22 trial. So I'm on the trial as well. And I'm wasting my time talking about this. Okay, so you got that interesting stuff there. So now you load into the game, or you might have already done that before, and what do you expect, or what happens when you first load in? So you will get a few packs from just doing the challenges, the first set. They only take about 10 minutes of the campaign. I think you have to do this before you go on. So you go ahead, do that. You get a 75 overall campaign player. You also get a few packs, silver players, nothing special there. Also, if you share your information with the NFL, you can get a gold team pack, I think it is. So you can get that if you choose to do so. Now, if you do finish those, which I think you might have to, you will get a campaign player fantasy pack. So if you got this, hold up, wait a minute, do not just pick this player willy-nilly, because this is only one choice. You only get one, and this can be upgraded to the core elite. It will be NAT. But you may not want to pick, like, I'm a huge Texans fan, Brandon Cooks, because he has a very low overall. It's super cheap to get his core elite through this method, but you might want to do somebody more like Dalvin Cook, which I'll talk about here in a second. So, again, it depends on your team needs, depends on who your favorite players are and such. This player will be NAT, but you can actually do a set to get their NAT core elite version. So, higher overall elites, you might think might be the better call there, like Travis Kelce. But if you go over to the sets, you'll notice their sets, not surprising, do cost a lot more. So if we just look at somebody like a Travis Kelce on the Chiefs, his cost an 83.84, which let's just see. I mean, we can look. 15,000 is cheapest. You can definitely get them cheaper than that, but 15,000, you got to get these as well. You might get some of these just from your free stuff from going through some challenges, but you'll have to go ahead and get this filled out, which again is not bad. I mean, I haven't done anything. I haven't spent any money. I haven't done anything but a few challenges, and I have most of this set done, and I got to spend 15,000 to get 88 Travis Kelce, as well as a few others here, but we're going to talk about that here in a second as well. But yeah, you go ahead and get that for, maybe like 20,000. If you go ahead and do some challenges, you probably don't have to spend any more than that, maybe even less. So you can do that. Travis Kelce makes sense. It is NAT, though, so keep that in mind. You might also want to do somebody like Dalvin Cook is insane. His is not even that expensive because it's only an 85. You can see you need one elite, 80 to 82, and then a bunch of 75, 79s. And I can do the whole set right now. Like, how crazy. I haven't done anything in the game besides a few challenges, and I can get his 85. So that's nice, right? It is an AT. You only get one choice, but I don't think doing Brandon Cooks makes a lot of sense given that is an 80 overall. It doesn't cost much. It's basically free, but you only get one of them. So probably not the way you want to go there. But that's something to think about. When you're doing that, I would say just look at the sets. What player makes sense for your team? You may not even need a tight end or whatever. You might, if you have rookie premier Pitts, you may, or isn't he rookie premier? You may not want to go tight end, or you may want to go different position. It just depends. So that is something to think about. Now we're into MUT. You can see my overall here. You'll notice that I have an 85 Aaron Rodgers and 84 Hester. That was from getting to MUT level 5, I think, 4 or 5. So you gotta do a little bit of work to get that. Doing some Superstar KO. If you get 5 passing touchdowns in Superstar KO, you can get Aaron Rodgers. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. Getting a very good quarterback early on. You see my team is poo-poo. It's just awful. This is just from the free stuff. I don't have any pre-order bonuses or anything. So this is, if you haven't invested anything into MUT at all, no pre-order bonuses or anything, and you just play for, I've spent 2 hours on the game so far, but a lot of it has been talking in front of a camera and doing, I don't even know, maybe 20, 30 minutes on Superstar KO. That was how I got the 85 Rodgers, and that helped. I got to play a little bit, but yeah, so that's a decently fun mode if you want to try that out. I think it's worth at least trying out because you get the 85 Rodgers for 5 passing touchdowns. It's one of the best quarterbacks. Okay. So that's back. You got to back out. I guess I'll just show that real fast. Superstar KO. I'm not going to go into a game or anything or even go into that, but yeah, it's just right there. So you can click on that, go in, get 5 passing touchdowns. It's a fun mode. It's definitely it's like MUT. You get a few choices and just go in, and their games are super fast. Okay, so now we did that. Now let's go to the store. So let's talk about the store real quick. Again, I never interact with the store like at all, besides to do like one pack, just buy get a player, which you can't even see with my big head, but 500 coins for get a player usually, and I'll do my daily objectives. But outside of that, I don't interact at all with the store because you can find better deals just by getting stuff on the auction house. Of course, you might get lucky. Props to you. But yeah, this is the store. If you want to go ahead and drop a little bit of money, this is what the packs look like. Elite pack, I can just show you if you're interested, if you haven't been able to get on. 86 plus at 6.1% for 48,000 coins. So elite fantasy packs right here for a whopping $5. Maybe a discount if you have something. Is that how that works? I don't know. It doesn't show any. Doesn't. I thought if you had something. I don't even know. But about $5. Yeah. Here's offers if you level up. Again, I haven't done anything. I haven't even got my level 5 pack or any of this. You can get 2 of those. I never interact with the store. I don't even usually get these, so like I don't know anything about this stuff. And then all your got gridiron packs, pro fantasy packs for 14,000. Platinum pack, platinum elite bundle for 12,000 points. So that's a lot. So yeah, there's all that stuff. You might want to go to the store and drop a little bit of money and get your team up from it's going to be a low 60 overall. That's why Aaron Rodgers is so good. Also leveling up to be able to get Hester. You can get Junior Seau as well, but I think Hester makes a lot more sense. Just to be able to get some offensive presence. which is nice. Okay, so we talked about the first set of challenges. Now, what do you do now? Well, obviously, you can go into head-to-head. If you haven't dropped any amount of money or anything, you just play. You're probably going to struggle a little bit, but the person you're playing might be the same boat as you, so that may be all right. If you go up against somebody that's already dropped $1,000, it may not be that fun. So you might go into challenges after you already did the first set. With the campaign, you can see the rewards on the right side. You can get some good stuff, 100,000 plus coins, some training, some other stuff, some gold or better, power pass even in there. Anyway, so you have the campaign player, which you already have gotten at the beginning, the first set of 8, and then pick one team captain. So you get some good stuff, but what I will tell you these are not the shortest of challenges, all right? So I did a few of them, but when you do these, oops, I didn't mean to click that. When you go through these, the last one is a full-on game with a team. At least what if you okay, I can show it here. I'll just show it in week 2. If you do the max stars, it is on comp, so it's competitive. So it's not exactly the easiest with a bad team. If you understand how to exploit the CPU, you can definitely win these with max without too much difficulty. But if you have a crappy team, it's not exactly the most fun to go up against these, full on, 80 overall squads with, way faster than you. So that's just something to think about. I think on current gen, these are probably a little bit easier than next gen. I just haven't figured out how to exploit the CPU as well on next gen. So these aren't exactly the fastest ones, but there's quite a bit. I personally would steer away. Ooh, that was a struggle from these when you first get the game. I mean, you could try them if you have some time, but I think some other stuff makes a lot more sense. Early access. So this is the most, I think, the most obvious thing to do right when you get the game. Early access. You go here. You click on this, you can do these, not very many, just a handful of challenges, 20 total, and you can get playthrough challenge, focus on, few, and you can get 80 plus overall NAT wide receiver pack. You could use that for the set for Dalvin Cook or Travis Kelce or some other sets as well. So even if you get a crappy player, that could be used to turn into a good player. And then also power player, either Mahomes or Brady. So you can see the rewards right here. Brady or Mahomes upgrade fantasy pack at 20 stars, and then also the NAT. So you got to get 20. Their challenges are super fast. I mean, you could see just looking at them, most of them score passing touchdowns. Some of them are a little bit longer, but they are on arcade. So hit stick the CPU, they always fumble pretty much. So it's not overly long. And these, you won't spend too much time on this. And you get a power up Brady or Mahomes. That's probably not too helpful, but you also get the NAT overall, 80 overall plus, 80 plus, which could be Tyreek Hill. I think I saw somebody do that. Not likely, but it could be. And then you have the Forge. Legitimately just got loaded in the game. I did this video, and then this was added. I'm like, oh crap, so I should at least mention it. So you have the Forge here. You can actually see the rewards. You have a Pro Fantasy pack at 40 stars, Gridiron pack at 60, and if we back out, it shows at 80, which I don't know why it doesn't show here. Oh, because I, for whatever reason, was not scrolling down. What an idiot. 80, I thought I was pushing it, okay? You can get J.C. Jackson at 80 stars, and then Elite Pack at 100. So an 87 overall early on. This is, I haven't checked like how long this is going to take. Rush for 10, like that doesn't seem too bad. But this might be something worth going after if you have some extra time. 19,000 coins. I'm actually going to look on the auction house a little bit with my 19,000, try to flip some cards. But after I do that, I think this is where I'm going to go. An 87 overall this early on, that's actually quite useful, depending on how long it will take to do. Campaign just seems like that thing's going to take so long. So early access, I think then we'll go Forge, and then campaign is probably the process I would go to do that. And that's about it. So you could obviously peruse more of the sets, depending on how much money or time you put in. You might be able to build a team. If you have, able to have a full game somehow, obviously you can just mess around. You could work the auction house. You can play head-to-head and not worry too much about it because you can keep playing. You've got plenty of time. If you're worried about the 10 hours, which most of us will be, then you're going to have to be smart about your time. And I recommend definitely doing early access, maybe doing the Forge if you got the time. Definitely Superstar KO if you plan on playing anything outside of arcade mode. I think having a good quarterback is going to be good, whether it's head-to-head or just even playing against a CPU. I think having 85 A-Rod is going to help a lot. So that's my recommendation on the process or the way you should go through things when you first get it. If you're able to, again, it's available now, EA Play on Xbox and PlayStation, I believe on PC as well. All you have to do is go into the game, into the store. I don't think there's any more of an EA Play hub or anything like that, but you go into the game and there should be, if you have EA Play, it should be an early access option, and you can go ahead and download the game if you haven't already. And you can go ahead and play 10 hours, and like I said, I think you can get 20 if you then go to current gen. If you are on next gen, you can go over to current gen, I think, and get another 10, so that's kind of cool. So anyways, that's all I got. I hope you guys did enjoy. That's my wrap-up of everything going on with MUT these days, which is the first day of release. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. We'll be back for many, many more Madden videos. Hopefully I see you there. Don't forget to check out those timestamps. Though you're already here, so you probably already watched the whole video, so that's not really that helpful. But hopefully that's helpful to you in the future and in this video. Okay, goodbye.